What if I told you the person most likely to replace you is someone you actually like? Not an enemy, not a rival you saw coming. Someone warm, someone you maybe even vouched for, someone you introduced to the right people, shared your ideas with, maybe even mentored, without realizing you were handing them the exact tools they needed. That is the uncomfortable truth at the center of this video, and I know it might sting a little, because it did for me too. The psychology of relationships teaches us that the most effective social threats rarely look threatening at all. They look like allies. They come with good energy, easy smiles, and a gift for making you feel seen, right up until the moment the ground shifts beneath you. In the next few minutes, I am going to walk you through the hidden motives, the behavioral patterns, and the subtle signs that someone in your life may be doing this. Not to scare you, but to protect you. Because once you can see it clearly, it loses almost all of its power over you. And the first sign I'm going to share with you, it probably happened to you this week. You just didn't have a name for it. So how does someone actually replace you? And why do the people around you seem to let it happen almost without realizing it? It is not magic. It is psychology. And once you see the pattern, you cannot unsee it. Here are the most common signs someone is quietly working to take your place. 1. They study you before they imitate you. They pay close attention to what makes you likable, what makes people trust you, what your signature style or approach is. Then, little by little, they mirror it back, not as a copy, as an improvement. This is not accidental. Psychologists call this strategic self-presentation, consciously crafting an image designed for a specific audience. 2. They position themselves just close enough to your circle. They do not attack your relationships. They infiltrate them. They become the friend of your friends, the colleague your boss notices, the neighbor everyone likes. Proximity is their tool. Access is their goal. 3. They highlight your weaknesses, gently, publicly, and with a smile. "Oh, she's great, but she can be a little intense sometimes, you know?" Said with warmth. Said once, said often enough that it plants a seed. This is what dark psychology researchers call undermining with plausible deniability, criticism dressed as concern. 4. They make themselves indispensable in the spaces you used to own, volunteering for what you used to lead, showing up where you used to shine, not competing with you directly, just slowly filling the room until there is less space left for you. 5. They are unusually kind to you, at first. This one is the hardest to spot, because they often start by making you feel seen, even special. They want your trust, your guard down, your endorsement, even unspoken, makes their transition smoother. And here's the part that stings the most. You often help them without knowing it, because they made you feel safe, because they seemed like an ally. That is not your fault. That is their skill. But why do they do it? What is actually driving someone to build their life around taking yours? The answer is more personal and more fascinating than you might expect. Let me be honest with you for a moment. Not as an expert, but as someone who has been there. I remember watching someone I trusted step into a role I had spent years building. And the worst part was not the loss. It was the confusion. Because on the surface, everything looked fine. They were polite. They were grateful. And yet something felt deeply, quietly wrong. What I did not understand then, and what research has since helped me name, is that people who seek to replace others are often driven by something that has very little to do with you and everything to do with their own interior world. Dr. Dan McAdams, a psychologist who studies identity and personal narrative, describes how some individuals build their sense of self not by creating something original, but by positioning themselves within someone else's story. They define who they are by who they want to become, and sometimes that means becoming you. Studies on social comparison theory, pioneered by psychologist Leon Festinger, show that people naturally measure their worth against others. But for some, that comparison tips into something more consuming, a belief that they can only rise by taking a space already occupied. There is also research on what behavioral scientists call the chameleon effect, the unconscious tendency to mimic the people we admire or envy. In its healthy form, it is inspiration. In its more strategic form, it becomes something else entirely. And here is what makes it so emotionally complex. Many of these people are not fully aware of what they are doing. They are running a program shaped by old wounds, insecurity, invisibility, a deep fear of being overlooked. Understanding that does not mean excusing it, but it does mean you can stop taking it personally. Which brings us to the part that actually changes things: what you do next. Knowing what is happening is powerful, but knowing what to do, that is where real personal growth lives. Here is how to see through someone who wants to replace you, and how to protect yourself without losing your humanity. Step 1. Trust the discomfort before you can explain it. Your nervous system often knows before your mind does. If something feels off about someone, even when you cannot prove it, that feeling is data. Do not dismiss it. Do not wait until you have a perfect argument. Write it down. Track it. Step 2. Observe their behavior, not their words. People who want to replace you are usually very skilled with language, warm, reassuring, reasonable. So stop listening to what they say and start watching what they do. Are they positioning themselves in your spaces? Are they quietly rebranding your ideas as their own? Patterns reveal what words conceal. Step 3. Protect your inner circle without being obvious. You do not need to announce what you are doing. Simply be more intentional about who gets access to your plans, your ideas, and your vulnerabilities. Closeness should be earned and re-earned over time. This is not coldness. This is clarity. Step 4. Reinvest in your own visibility. The best response to someone trying to take your place is to be more fully yourself, not less. Show up. Speak up. Strengthen the relationships that matter. People who try to replace others depend on you shrinking. Do not give them that gift. Step 5. Decide what this relationship is worth and act accordingly. Sometimes the person trying to replace you is someone you genuinely care about, and that is complicated. But you are allowed to create distance. You are allowed to grieve what you thought the relationship was, and you are allowed to choose differently without needing their agreement. You do not have to fight to keep your place. You simply have to remember that it was always yours. And before I let you go, there is one last thing I want to leave with you. If any part of this felt familiar, if you recognized a situation, a person, a feeling you could not quite name before, then you are not alone. More people carry this quietly than you might think. If this video helped you see something a little more clearly today, I would love for you to share it with someone who might need it too. Not because numbers matter, but because the right words, at the right moment, genuinely change things for people. And if you want more honest conversations like this one, about human nature, hidden motives, and how to navigate the complicated people in your life, I hope you will stay around. I will be here, and I am always in your corner.